Good day, everybody. Welcome back to Zeke's Garage. I think I'm gonna do the easiest conversion or upgrade, I guess it's an upgrade, to old Kim here that I've got to do to it today. So we'll start with that. We'll start with easy, and we'll go from there. So here it is. I'll throw some floor mats at it. Wife bought me some floor mats, so it's gonna get some new floor mats. Well, all right, they weren't quite as easy as I thought, because I did have to cut them to fit, but front and rear floor mats installed. All right, next I'm gonna get on this door. I need to get in there and change that outer door handle out, which means I'm gonna have to tear this whole inside one down, maybe even pull this window out and get on with this. So here we go. Okay, I got all the pop rivets out and the door panel off, and man, I can't even see the door handle's right here on the outside. I can't even see it on the inside here, so it looks like I got to take the regulator and all that stuff out. So time to watch a YouTube video so I don't screw this up. So I'll be back with you. Well, it wasn't much fun. You got an access hole here, and then the other two you got to go up underneath to get. But she's on there. Now I just got to go up underneath and get the nuts back on this thing and then reassemble the door. So I'll get that done and be right back with you. Okay, look at that. We're all reassembled. Door shuts and it opens. I'd call that a win. Let's move on to the, well, I don't know. Look at this weather. It might be getting wet, so we'll play this next one by ear. Alright, so I've been working for the last 30 minutes or so on this bumper. Gonna take this factory bumper off the frame rails there and then brace that frame rail up to the, or down to the tow hitch. So I'm almost there. I just gotta sort out the electrical and whatnot. So the hard part's done, the getting up and down off the creeper 20 times trying to find all the right sockets and wrenches. She's about ready to drop off of there, and I'll get her off, and then we'll see about bracing this extra long tow hitch here up so it's nice and secure. So we'll get on with that. Voila. Okay, now that that bumper's out of the way, you can see how this hitch with the extension, this bed's 11-foot bed, I believe, so it sticks out way beyond the 8-foot normal bed of this truck. And this extension in here is just kind of sketchy, so I want to weld and brace this guy up to the frames, you know, up to the frame rails or to the bed or who knows what. But that's the plan now that the bumper's out of the way, is to brace that hitch up so it's usable, and then I'll do some electrical on it and fix the lights. So stay tuned for that. Here's a quick tip for you. These are the flaps off of the parts boxes for the rear end parts that I put in the Dana 70. If you guys are building one of these animals that's, you know, a million parts to build your rig, like this thing I am, save your part numbers. Save the flaps. Whatever you got to do, write them down. That's what I usually do, is I do this, and then I'll transfer them to the computer. You know, I'll write the wheel seal number and the brake cylinder number and the brake kit number and yada yada, and then that way I can just go to the parts store and say, hey, I need part number blah blah blah, instead of telling the guy, yeah, it's a 78 Chevy 1-ton rear end, but it's under a 1993 custom built YJ buggy. You know what I mean? Way easier that way. There's your parts tip today. Okay, welcome back. Today is water pump day. we're gonna get on this thing and see how far we can get. Hopefully get it done. If not, it's not like it's got to go anywhere. So we'll bring you in as progress. Well, we've already started progress. I'll show you where we're at. Let's do that. So she's coming apart. We got the upper hose out, the air filter thing off here, and we're trying to get to that there pain in the butt hub nut that we're gonna have to bust down with a air hammer. So get the top end of the shroud off and get to that thing, and we'll go to there. I'll bring you in. Okay, here's an update. We can actually see the water pump now. We got the belt off. I gotta go match the belt up. There's about 6 different belts that can be on this truck, and none of them go by what options the engine has. It's hey, how long is your belt? I don't know how to tell that unless it's off the truck. So now that it's off, I guess I gotta run and grab a belt, grab some oil. I'm gonna have Kyle drop the oil and we'll put a filter on it. And speaking of that, he's right here. Say hey, Kyle.
Hello.
And we'll pull the idler there now, and looks like my AC's all locked up, but I ain't gonna worry about that. This truck don't need AC. It'll be like 2 at 55 AC. That'll be good enough for me. So we'll continue. All right, look at this. We got brandy new parts going on the engine here. Water pump's installed. We're gonna do the thermostat housing and gasket, and then I'm gonna have to chase for a belt and maybe a hose and a few things. So looks like I better run to the parts store. Okay, so here's the parts that we're going to the store for. Upper and lower hoses and a belt and some 5/8 clamps. We got the bigger clamps here, but we don't have the smaller ones for the smaller heater hoses that go on the end of the water pump there. And then we need coolant and oil. So we are off to the store. We have Kyle and Mallory here today. Say hi.
Here we have Paisley helping with the junk truck.
You doing some engine work? Yeah, it's done now.
All right, we are back from the store. Ouch, that was not much fun. We got a belt, new hoses, new clamps. So hopefully within the hour here we can get this thing all buttoned up and closer to being back on the road. All right, she's ready to go. Got everything all put back together. Coolant, new oil, new filter, new water pump, thermostat. We're about ready here for a test fire and burp this thing. So let's see if we can make her burp. Okay, we're running. All this leaking was from before. She sounds way better, no more squeak and grind and crunch. And she's getting up to temperature and gonna burp. So, and the battery held enough charge to start it. So I'm pretty impressed with this Interstate battery for being 7 of 19. Pretty awesome. Tonight I've got to work on the scrap metal truck here again. I say again because it's the same project over. Let me show you what I got going on here. This door handle that I just replaced doesn't work. I don't know what's going on there, so I got the factory door handle that came off the gold door, and so I got options. I got one I can put in. Gonna return that one back to Amazon, and I don't know, maybe a rod came off. We'll see. I'll open it up, I'll let you know. Stay tuned. All right, unfortunately, once you've done this once or twice, you get pretty good at it. So, door panel's off. This wasn't locking, so I've lubed up all the contacts, and now I've got a good solid lock to it now. So that fixes one problem I was having. And I popped the door handle out after getting the screws and stuff off, and found my rods unhooked. So hopefully I don't have to return this handle. I'll get that hooked back up and I'll bring you back in and we'll see what it does. Okay, I just put that handle back in with the bolts. Sweet. That feels like I have full action of the latch, and it's nice to have my lock working there again. So, well, I guess I'll throw the panel back on this and this project will be done.